No, look, it's fine. You can. I think. I agree on obviously. Look, Frank's been there, and we know how players and leaders can step up. You know, certainly. I was there. I thought somebody like Barella tried to do it. They do have players with personality. But I think when you create an environment like this, when you go into the tournament telling everybody how brave you are, how you're going to, press and pass, and, oh, look, I brought these young players in. Look at Folorunshu. Look at Bellanova. Look how wonderful these young guys are. And then what do? You give me Darmian. You give me Cristante. You give me Stefan El Shaarawy, who I think most people assumed had retired years ago. He didn't retire. He went to China, and instead then he's been sitting on the bench for the last 4 years at Roma. When you go in a totally different direction, I think it's pretty soul-destroying to the guys who are out there. When you drop Jorginho, again, that's another one. Oh, look, Jorginho. I actually think he dropped Jorginho partly because of this range of passing nonsense, and partly because, like a lot of Italian people, and Jurgen can back me up on this, he's superstitious. And Jorginho's the bad luck charm who missed those 2 penalties against Switzerland in the 2 games in qualifying for the 22 World Cup. And that's why he's not there. I don't know. I'm sorry. I am annoyed. The players, the squad's incomplete. A lot of the players aren't good enough. But they certainly cannot justify this sort of performance. And Spalletti wasn't part of the solution. He was most definitely part of the problem.
And they absolutely cannot complain about the fact, Jurgen, that it is Switzerland who are now going on to the quarterfinals because they completely deserve to be.
Absolutely. I mean, they played outstanding. I mean, they did everything right. They showed, the spirit from the beginning on. They put Italy under pressure. They won every second ball. I think Xhaka played a fantastic match as their leader. Freuler with this beautiful goal that he scored. Absolutely a brilliant Swiss team. But they took advantage of that weak performance from Italy. They took advantage of the fact that the Italians didn't want to give them a real fight. They didn't want to step up towards them. Didn't show any nastiness. They didn't show any fight in them. And then they cruised through the game. They probably were surprised as much as we all were in front of the TV that it was actually so easy to beat Italy. The first time since 31 years. This is incredible. This is unbelievable, and they deserve a huge, huge compliment.
They will now face the winner of England against Slovakia. You see Switzerland as a force to be reckoned with and a team to not be underestimated?
Well, I guess the toughest thing is to work out, were Switzerland that good today, or were Italy just a bit of a shambles?
What do you say?
I say that Switzerland, absolutely. If England go through, which we expect, and if they don't, Slovakia as well, if they perform with the maturity and the calmness the way they did against Italy today, then they will be a fight for anybody. Switzerland's a side that on their day can beat anybody in this tournament, no question, including France, who I think are the favourites. So yeah, I think Switzerland were excellent. They were made to look even better probably by a poor Italian side, but the mix they've got of strength at the back, experience, they've got legs, they've got know-how, they've got all the things you need as a unit. Unfortunately for Gab, just all the things that Italy showed us today, they don't have.
La Nati, they are called, have proved for a couple of years, and I remember the Euro, kicking out the French in the quarterfinal, that they have the quality to go far and to upset big nations. So, of course, if England think that they're going to go through against Slovakia and then after maybe easily beat the Swiss, they are wrong. They're going to be kicked back. So they have to respect them, make sure they have all ingredients, otherwise they're going to suffer. We saw today it came from everybody: Freuler, Xhaka, Mbolo, Reader. At the back with Akanji, they're very strong. So it's going to be tricky to every team who's going to confront the Swiss.
Gab, you get your final say here on Switzerland.
Look, I think this is a great example. And there's a story in there. Back in October, Switzerland played Belarus at home. With 2 minutes to go, they were 3-1 down. They somehow scored 2 goals in the final minutes, drew 3-3. Yakin afterwards said something really really dumb, saying like, well, he was asked about the defensive organization. He's like, well, we don't really need to prepare defensively against a team like Belarus. He was absolutely slaughtered for it. People wanted him sacked. And look, where is he now? He's in the quarterfinals of the Euros, and people like Stevie are saying all these wonderful things about him. I think this shows how things can change, but you have to have empathy. You have to understand the mood. You have to understand your players and the job around you. All qualities that Luciano Spalletti hasn't shown, at least not with the Italy side.